Assalamu alaikum. Today we will listen to the story of another significant prophet mentioned in the Quran, a prophet to whom Almighty Allah granted not only prophethood and a vast kingdom, but also some unique abilities. Yes, I'm talking about Prophet Suleyman alayhi salam, the son of Prophet Dawood alayhi salam. Do you know what those unique abilities were? The wind would move by his command. He could understand the language of animals and birds. And most astonishing of all, jinn were placed under his control. We have always been curious about jinn. So let's hear about the nature of the relationship between Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam and the jinn. The Quran states in Surah Saba, verse 12, وَمِنَ الْجِنِّ مَا يَعْمَلُ بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِ. And we subjected the jinn to him. They worked before him by the permission of Allah. The jinn were invisible but powerful. For Sulaiman alayhi salam, they would build magnificent palaces, construct mosques, fortresses, and works of art. They used to make large vessels and structures. They were like an invisible workforce, capable of doing tasks beyond human ability. Just imagine what would take humans years to build, the jinn could complete in a short time. Allah gave them this power, but they worked under the command of Sulaiman alayhi salam. They were bound to obey him by the command of Allah. Another fascinating event mentioned in verse 37 to 40 of Surah Naml. One day, Sulaiman alayhi salam heard about a queen from a distant land of Sheba who did not believe in Allah. He invited her to the truth. But before she arrived, he said to his court, "Which of you can bring me her throne before they come to me in submission?" A powerful jinn stood up and said, "I can bring it to you before you rise from your place." And in a moment, the throne was brought. Allah had given the jinn such power. However, at that moment, it was actually brought by another being. Whether jinn or human is not clearly stated in the Quran. We'll talk about the full story of the Queen of Sheba and Sulaiman alayhi salam another day, inshallah. Although Allah gave the jinn certain unseen abilities, they're not all-knowing. They do not know the unseen or the future. Allah makes this clear through the story of Sulaiman alayhi salam's death. One day, Sulaiman alayhi salam was standing, leaning on his stick. At that moment, he passed away. But the jinn did not realize it. They continued working as usual. Days passed, nights passed. They thought the Prophet was still alive. Finally, a small creature ate through his stick. When the stick broke, Sulaiman alayhi salam fell to the ground. Only then did the jinn realize he had passed away long ago. The Quran says in Surah Saba, verse 14, if they had known the unseen, they would not have remained in humiliating labor. The relationship between Sulaiman alayhi salam and the jinn was not magic or myth. Rather, it was a special sign from Allah showing that even the unseen world is under Allah's control. Despite having unmatched power and a vast kingdom, Sulaiman alayhi salam was never arrogant and remained devoted to worship. He would always pray to Allah, "My Lord, enable me to be grateful for your blessings." Truly, worldly success is not the ultimate goal. The pleasure of Allah is the greatest success. May Allah always guide us to the true path. Ameen.